give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. Want to give a quick shout out to Waiakia.
Get my shit real quick.
Sent us some water from Hawaii. They're doing a good thing over there in Hawaii, raising money for a good cause. Quick shout out to them. Very good water.
Love that.
Yeah,
I'm a bougie water guy, and this is pretty good water.
I don't know you know how I feel about it, even though I'm already in it.
I'm already in it. It's a dope bottle. I'm also one of those. If the bottle's cool, it's for me.
Yeah.
And it's got like the ridges on top, kind of
Little,
like
like
how Evian
volcano.
does.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really dope.
It's good water. I like it.
I like it. And by the way, if the water tasted like shit, we would say it tasted like shit. So
No, I like it. It's good stuff.
It's good. And they sent some coffee too. Cold brews. I'll get you guys some of the cold
I
brews.
definitely want to try that.
Yeah.
Big time.
For
It's
sure.
good stuff.
Big time.
Yeah, we emergency pod.
Oh yeah,
Pod.
Jake sent a text in the group chat last night. He said, "Hey, listen,
You guys are going to need this,
You
too.
guys-
I don't want to be in it alone.
you guys can't say
You know what I'm
no.
saying?
You guys aren't allowed to say no, and I need an emergency pod tomorrow night." And we said, "All right, brother, 8 o'clock." So here we are.
Fuck, bro. Now that the lights are on, too, you know, it's like it's the expectations of what should be. I want to lead this podcast off, bro, very calmly by saying I don't even want this really to be a podcast, bro. I just want to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like.
Let's therapy it up.
We got the cameras and shit, and that's here. But that's why, like, I'm gonna get pretty. I'm most likely gonna get pretty belligerently drunk because
Cheers.
you know I almost want to forget that the cameras are even rolling because it's not. This isn't even about that. You know what I'm saying? I just think this could be a great conversation because, for the first time in my life, I cheated on someone. And not only did I cheat on someone, I cheated on a girl that was very, very good to me. And I cheated on her with my ex-girlfriend. And now, I'm not going to go into too much dramatics before the tequila starts hitting. But, yeah, that's why I called this podcast. To be honest with you, I was having a moment last night where before we went to the city, I was sitting in my studio for an hour, and the dread, bro, of like kind of realizing what I did. I mean, even the dread, really, even after doing it, you know, it wasn't in a fucked up way, in a very fucked up way. I know that it needed to happen.
Why?
Because, bro, the only reason why I cheated on that girl is because I didn't like her that much. So it's like, bro, the easiest way to cheat on someone is to date someone you really never liked that much to even begin with. And that sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, that was the disservice that I did to her. And now I look like an asshole, and I am an asshole. But it's not because I cheated. It's because I just wasn't honest with her about me wanting a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and she doesn't fucking deserve that shit, bro.
No, she doesn't.
Bro, she was so good to me. You know, like in a time in my life where I really needed it, and I took like as extreme advantage of someone as you can take, you know, and let's drink this really quick, bro. It was the way it was done too, bro. Was just like out of a fucking movie, bro. I've never cheated on anyone, bro, and I've always held myself high on that standard because I used to believe like, bro, there's cheaters and then there's non-cheaters.
Yeah.
Like that was like the box that I put people in, and it seems like every fucking time I judge someone and put them in a box, I do that fucking thing. You know, like I can't tell you bro, there's so much things that I've like made fun of, bro. Like there was no empathy in my heart, bro, and I went on the opposite side of it and was an asshole to people that like dealt with real things, and I like made fun of them and judged them, and then I feel like God's punishment to me was 2 months later I was doing that thing, and I've spoken about this on the podcast previously, bro. Imagine when you really judge something and then you do that behavior, how shitty you feel about yourself now.
Yeah.
And you know, I really just wanted to get on here tonight, bro, and really speak about it. Again, not even as a podcast, just as like, holy fuck, talk about feeling something. You know, I've been trying to feel something for a long time. You said, you know, be careful what you wish for.
That was the basis of the last pod.
But
basically,
in a way, bro, like this is how unhappy I've been lately. I'm happy I did it because like even feeling as horrible as I feel right now, it still feels better than nothing.
So this is what I want to ask you. I want to ask you why? You know what I mean? Because if we're getting into it, right? If we're really getting into the details, not details, but I'm talking about like a full spectrum of it. How long had it been since you and this ex had been broken up?
How long has it been since, bro? I'll speak about this ex because there's good stuff there. Give me that tequila, please. I love you. Give me that. Thank you, bro. My bad to both of you, bro. If this is like at all like uncomfortable.
No.
Like,
this is what we do, bro. Listen, I've been on and off going to therapy for the past maybe like 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
And I'll tell you this, this is not to knock therapy because I'll always do it, but this has become more therapeutic for me than any hour conversation I could have with somebody who doesn't know me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for you to hit us up last night and be like, yo, listen, like, we joke about it and be like, oh, emergency pod, yeah. But for you to hit us up last night to be comfortable enough to be like, yo, listen, this is, I just did some shit. I feel a certain type of way about it. I really just want to get together with my boys and talk, but also let's roll the cameras and let's be as vulnerable, as transparent as we can so that we could, we said this before, we who we are now, being relatable to people also comes with that double-edged sword because we're putting everything out there for people to see and we're not always perfect. So like for you to be able to want to come on here and talk about some shit that maybe you made a mistake or you don't feel good about it and you want to let it out, it's an honor, bro. So it's not uncomfortable for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
bro, 3 people hit me up on Monday, suicide messages. When I thought about ending my life, I watched your video and it brought me out. Now, messages don't really mean much to me these days because I get so many of them and you get desensitized to them. We've spoken about that before. Yeah. But a suicide message, because, bro, I used to even like almost as fucked up as this sounds, I almost used to even flex that in the beginning when we first started getting messages. I never got a suicide message, but I would say that to people like, oh, like people have like, we're bringing people back from suicide because that was like almost the goal. Yeah. And then to see it happen 3 in a row, 1, 2, 3 different people, a mom, a kid, you know what I'm saying? And on a Monday when social media is down.
Yeah. To start the week.
Like my social media has not been that great in the past 2-3 weeks. And I see that and I'm like, what the fuck do I care if my videos aren't going viral? I just saved 3 people's lives on a Monday.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the why I wanted to do this podcast tonight. And it's like, there's a fine line now because, it's very easy to share when someone else hurts you, but like,
no, it's hard to
I'm
talk
on
about.
I'm on the opposite side of it now.
Yeah, you're the bad guy.
I'm a bad guy, bro. Dude,
Yeah.
she just called, bro.
Yeah.
Baby, what's up? And now we're right into this.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours ago, I texted my ex and said, "You're beautiful." What?
But see, this is what I want to do, and I don't know if I don't want to keep jumping in. I don't know if you. I want to get to the root of why you were in a mental state to acknowledge her, right? Like, where are you at?
Acknowledge my ex?
Yes, because it's been 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So for you to have been with people before, have you been with anybody else seriously since then? Like dating, like boyfriend, girlfriend type?
Yes.
And now you're with somebody else too. And it's like, I don't know how the conversation started with you and your ex. If you want to get into that, we can, just kind of how it snowballed into that. But to even get to the point where like, yes, I want to see you, let's talk, yada, yada. Yeah. I want to dive into the mental state behind why you felt like you needed that.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
One thing, are my audio levels good? On 7 or 6 or something? Because it was turned, yeah? All right, good.
Yeah, six and a half.
All right. Yeah, bro, So I've been, and I don't want to make this the fucking me show. So I want
No,
you guys
no,
to get in.
yeah,
but like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
working
No,
through
let's
this right
do
now.
it.
But,
Yeah.
bro, I've been editing. So I edited last week's pod, and there was a moment in the pod where, bro, this might I don't even know if you guys like. I saw myself outside looking in. I distanced myself because I was watching myself in the past as I'm editing this footage, and I know I was drunk, but bro, as crazy as it sounds, I've been crying for help lately.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been crying, and fuck the camera, bro. I've been like actually like crying for help, and I don't even like really notice it because I'm so good at like bouncing back. But when my lows are low, they're still low.
Yeah.
Even though I find my way back home, when I'm in that valley, bro, it can go a different way. But so like and that's my biggest problem, bro. It's not this like, you know, depression. I never really ever said I was depressed because it's like I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. Depression to me is more like you just can't feel anything.
Yeah.
The reason why
Because you've been saying you want to feel something.
yes, I want to feel something.
So is what's going on in your life not making you feel anything?
Yeah, of course,
And
bro.
was she the last person to make you feel something?
No, she was not the last person to make me feel something, but bro, as fucked up as it sounds, bro, the major thing that makes me feel something in my life is women.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing in my life that makes me feel something. I said it on the last podcast,
same,
bro.
same,
A lot of people think they're in love. They're not in love. They're just hurting,
Yeah.
and then they find someone that can help them out a little bit. They can make that person feel something, and it's really that person feels whole, but what they're forgetting is that they feel whole because somebody else filled a void inside of them. And fuck the relationship shit, bro. Fuck, like it's this podcast isn't even about that, bro. I haven't. Give me this. Bro, I was on such a high, bro, for like 6 months. On a high.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling on fire, on purpose. Things to do. Things to look forward to. And I don't know what happened in the past 2 months, but life has been as not mediocre, just like almost like I almost feel like bro, I had one of my first viral clips. I said I said something about like you have to use God or something. It was like
Give the power back to God.
yes, I said you have to give the power back to God. And then, bro, I find my social media growing, and I've been starving for so long that the fact that I saw any type of success, I gave the power back to God so much to a fault that I stopped showing up. And I just kept saying, give it to God. I give the glory to God. I give the glory to God. Where am I in that? And that, bro, when I was in this waiting state of I'm a good person, I still show up every other day, God's gonna bless me. But bro, that's not how success works.
No, it's not.
That's not how feeling something works. That's not how doing anything great ever works. It's you need to show up
I mean, it's
almost harder than God shows up for you. And so my life is the answer to your question, bro, is my life just it was just a malfunction, bro. I just had a malfunction in life, and bro, it was New Year's Eve. We were all out, and I had another toxic moment. I'm realizing I'm like a big baby in terms of like, bro, when I'm like kind of hurting,
yeah.
I have this like, let me just fucking feel something. So I'll even get toxic just to feel something.
Yeah, same.
And bro, and you know, like, call law of attraction what law of attraction is, but like We talk about you literally on the last podcast are like, yo, would you ever talk to your ex?
Yeah. I did say that.
And then, bro,
Yeah,
I get a hit up, and then
So that's how it happened. She hit you up.
yeah, she sent me a message. And again, bro, I'm sorry for talking so long. I'll get to you.
No. I want
to.
No, this is what it is, brother.
Yeah.
This is why we're here.
She I love this shit, man. She reached out to me about a month and a half ago, and I told you what she said, bro. She I could tell, bro. She missed the kid, and this was a woman, bro, that, you know, everything I've said about love on the last 7 podcasts, I want you to take everything I've ever said, and there was like some good points in there. Like I don't believe anybody can give you love. I still do believe it's a switch. Yeah. But everything that I've known about love in the past 7 months wasn't real because I was with a girl that I didn't love. So my like indicator of love isn't very strong right now.
Yeah.
I can't really tell what love is because I'm in a relationship that I'm not in love. I'm in the first relationship in my life. It's been 7 months. I haven't even said I love you to this girl. Bro, I'm the type of guy, bro, I'll say I love you to the cashier. You know what I'm saying?
I love you tattooed in the back of my head, brother.
You know?
Say it.
Get it.
Oh, I know, I get it. And I think that's a little we had this conversation about saying I love you when we went to pizzeria the first time. I don't know, dude. It gets iffy with me when we start throwing out the I love you, because there's different types of I love you. There's love you where it's spelled out LOVEYOU. There's I love you where it's like that. Then there's just like love you with the love and then the you. Like, I'm weird and anal about shit like that. It's different and it's weird. In person, it's different. If I say I love you, I mean that shit. If I just say I love you, it's not the same thing.
It's like a cop-out.
It's not the same thing to me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, and real quick, I've been in situations where, bro, I was younger, sitting in a car with a woman, right? After a night out, I'm the designated driver. I was just smoking. She was a little fucked up. And she's sitting there and she just starts crying in the passenger seat, right? And I'm like, babe, what the fuck are you crying about? Yeah. Like, you all right? And she can't get it. Like it's not that she's like so drunk that she's like discombobulated. She's a little drunk to the point where her feelings her feelings are coming over her, and she's like, I'm crying because I love you. And yo, ever since that moment, bro, I've been so scarred from mutual love, because in that moment it made me feel like, wow, why are you crying about that? Why is that not something that I've chased? And this is younger me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really like, holy shit. But why are you running away from that? Why? Like, what happened to you that we're saying I love you for the first time and you're so fucking fucked up about it? You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought it's crazy that you say you've been with somebody for 7 months and you haven't said I love you, because I think that if I was to ever be with somebody new in the future, I don't necessarily know exactly how that conversation would go, because I'm kind of scared to put that out there for women now, because even with women that I've been with since then, because I don't want to push nobody away, at least not right away. Now this was 5 months in. I had already said it to this person before that during that timeline, in a recent conversation from that time, and they didn't say it back, and it was a rough conversation. Maybe they wanted to, but they were running away from what was going on. Right. That they didn't want to say it, and in that moment was one of the worst nights of my life. And then fast forward 4 weeks later, we're sitting there and she's crying, and I'm like, "What's the deal?" And it's like, I'm crying because I love you, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, "Damn!" I'm like, I thought we were both chasing the same thing, because now we're both here feeling. I thought we were feeling mutually the same. We love each other, but I'm happy about it, and you're fucking upset about it. We still have the same feeling, but we feel different about that feeling.
Why was she upset about you?
She had just been through a lot at that time, and I guess the last man that she was with, and again, we were both young. You're talking early 20s. Like, the last person that she said, "I love you" to, broke her heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try to put myself in that position. I didn't have to because I became that person in that position. She did to me what that person did to her, and the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that saying "I love you" to each other was something that we were both happy about, that we both finally realized, even though we were young. I'm gonna be 30 years old now, but you're talking about early 20s. Like it'll scar you, bro. And I have not said. I've only said "I love you" to 2 people since then, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. It's a rough time.
Yeah, it's I think it's different. I think it's different for everyone with the like the scarring or like the trauma from like a previous relationship, and I think everyone handles it differently. I know.
And you've dealt with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was just like,
yeah.
I mean, it was 20 minutes. I'm just kind of like unpacking
Right,
everything,
yeah,
but I have a lot of thoughts and it's so first I want to go. One, women I think deal with heartbreak and being traumatized from a relationship a lot different than men in most scenarios. When they get hurt or they get done wrong and they get cheated on and they get kicked to the curb, their outlook on men completely changes.
Yeah.
They're always putting their guard up and they're scared to get into something new because women are typically more emotional, more vulnerable, and they lead with their heart a lot more than men in a relationship, usually in their 18 to 25, their early 20s.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of women get their first heartbreak, where a guy really fucks them up.
Yep.
And now when they go into these next relationships, it's very hard for them to be able to open up.
Yeah.
And even if it is a guy that
would never do that shit to you. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like,
and that's usually when she'll never be able to accept that guy when he might be the right one for you, but because you're so traumatized from your past relationship, now what ends up happening is you end up hurting that guy. And some guys can have that same reaction that woman may have, right? A heartbreak may fuck up a guy. It might turn him into a dog. It might make him say fuck the world. And it might make him go off the walls and then not trust women. And then, like you said, the cycle repeats. But I believe, like, at least for me, I'm not sure about you guys. I'm sure it is like, yeah, you can get your heart broken, but like, I can still trust a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all good judges of character where I've been heartbroken, I've been left, I've been done wrong, but I'm not gonna put what someone else did to me 5-6 years ago on you. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show me like who you are. Yeah. And that's tough to differentiate and to really understand, and that takes a while to like be able to trust someone. And the thing is with you, it's like not with you, with what you said is that so many people are hurting. So like they don't actually take time to come back to self and figure out who they are and love themselves. So then they hurt for so long. They find someone that finally makes them feel something and they go into that, but they really don't even want to be with that person. They don't even like that person that much. Sure, the honeymoon phase is cool. But it's temporary. Yeah. What happens when that spark kind of goes away? The spark won't be there for the rest of your life. Right. You have to create a spark. You have to choose that person.
Keep adding wood.
Yeah, bro. You have to keep that spark alive. Yeah. And when you don't like that person, it's impossible to keep that spark alive because then it's forced. And now every situation you're in with that person is forced. And now not only are you questioning the relationship, you're questioning yourself. Yeah. Because now at the end of it, you don't want to be with that person. So now you're judging yourself because you're like, yo, this person means well. I don't want to be here. I'm only here because I'm comfortable. Yeah. And now I'm going to end up fucking up someone that has a good heart that came in with the right intentions. Yeah, exactly. And that's how this cycle repeats. But like it all comes back to self and like understanding who you are and then just saying the I love you shit. Like that's a whole different ball game.
Whole different ball game, bro. Like you ever fucking This is a little deep.
Yeah.
saying I love you during sex.
That's the best. Looking into someone's eyes.
I'm glad.
It's the best.
It is, right? When you really feel it, or at least when you both feel it, but you know that you feel it. But bro, again, same person, early 20s. I said that shit. Relationship was never the same.
And I can relate to you, and I want you to finish that.
You know what I mean?
But bro, the first girl to light my soul on fire since my original ex, like my first love in life, was the girl that I've been speaking about. The most recent girl, not this one, summer girl. We had the most beautiful 2 months together. The moment I said I love you to her, the next day, gone.
And I don't think that means that she didn't love you.
She's scared.
She's very, very, here's that, and it's like, I'm super scared of intimacy. I cannot engulf myself in this, because the last time I got engulfed, I was lit on fire, and not in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard to comprehend, because you think there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the hardest thing to face.
Yep.
It's that there's nothing wrong with you. It's not me. It's you. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But, when it comes to people like that have been traumatized, that don't want to hear that, at least not right away, or maybe, I don't know. I don't think that means that they don't feel it. I think that means that they do feel it. But they just don't know how to fucking hold on to it and keep it alive, because the last time they tried to do some shit like that, the guy just fucked them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was on the other side of that, of where every woman I told I loved left me.
Yeah.
Every single relationship I was in, and the word I love you was, the phrase I love you was said, they weren't in my life anymore. And with my ex, I was with my ex for 3 years. We never said I love you one time in 3 years. And I think I did.
Was it ever a conversation? Did you ever
one time through text message, and that was it.
Where you spoke about it, be like, yo, we've never said this before. Like what's up?
It was like 3 text messages, and that was it. It was like a taboo thing, and we never spoke about it. And I wanted to say I love you so bad to her, but I was scared that, 1, she wouldn't say it back.
Yeah.
Or 2, she would say it back and she didn't really mean it.
Yeah.
And those 2 things held me back from saying I love you in 3 years. And when she broke up with me, I wrote her like a 3-page note. And I think I started the note with, my biggest regret is never telling you I love you. And I never gave her the note.
That's some real shit.
And
I write notes too.
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
And looking back now, I mean, I'm 2 years almost removed from the relationship, and I'm at ease with it. But in that moment, I did mean that, because I mean, like, she was my best friend. I worked so hard to get that girl. Like, it took me 4 years to even make her my girlfriend.
Right.
I'll never forget the moment I saw her picture on Instagram. We never spoke. We never communicated. We didn't even follow each other.
Yeah.
I called one of my best friends. I said, yo, look at the picture I just sent you. He looked at her. I said, I'm going to make her my girlfriend. I never spoke to her a day in my life. We didn't even know each other existed.
Yeah.
6 months later, I start communication with her. Push comes to shove, we're in a 3-year relationship. It doesn't work out. But I want to say that was the closest thing to love that I ever felt, because I told you I don't know if I've ever been in love with someone because of how I feel now, because I'm removed from it and I've moved past it. But to put myself back in those shoes, that was the closest thing to love with a girl that I ever felt. Yeah. And that was hard for me. I mean, bro, I mean that relationship, that heartbreak changed me. Yeah. Completely changed me. Yeah.
Yeah. What I want to tell you, because I know that you're feeling like a piece of shit right now after all the shit that's going on, is that what I'm trying to get to the bottom of, and that we will, and you kind of said it. You don't have to get to the bottom of it. You said it, that you're not in love with the person that you're with right now. Yeah. So that I would have, one of the last people that you were in love with, which is your ex of 4 years that you saw and yada yada whatever. That's you say you just want to feel something. You just want to feel the love that you felt before, and you've been chasing that. So when she hit you up, it was like lighting fucking matches. You know what I'm saying?
And
I don't want you to feel like shit about it. Right. You think you made a mistake and you're gonna hurt somebody and you're with somebody else and X, Y, and Z, and of course,
yeah.
But I'm just trying to reason with you, devil's advocate, I guess, a little bit in the sense that like maybe this is showing you. I'm not saying that that's the person that you need to be with. I'm just saying that maybe you don't need to be with anybody right now.
Yo,
you
bro,
know?
and that's what I'm saying. Yo, I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
And I used to think that cheating makes someone a bad person, but I cheated and I'm still not a bad person. I know I'm not a bad person. Yeah. Now, did I fuck with someone? Yes, and that's why I'm cautious about this podcast, and that's why I don't want this girl to ever find out that I cheated on her, because the truth would hurt her way fucking more than her never finding out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fuck that girl up for life. She'd be better off if she never found out. Now, and it's funny because I want to essentially swallow that for her. Like I want my conscience, like my guilt to feel that and not give her any sense of pain. And you know, now going back to what you said about not being a bad person, bro, I would not have done it if it was like this insidious thing.
Yeah.
And this is the problem with relationships, bro. Marriage is a different thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a fucking
very different.
It's a covenant.
Yeah.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
I can even say, probably somewhere along that line, although it's definitely wrong, and I don't believe it will happen. I'm very careful to. I don't know. I'm not there. Everyone's situation is always different. Yeah. I would like to believe I would not cheat on my wife.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But cheating on someone in a relationship after only really knowing them for 4 months, and to call it what it is, to never even ask. That's the crazy thing about where we're at now is, bro, a lot of these women almost pressure you into getting into a relationship with them. And I'm sorry, and I really am, but, bro, women wonder why they get cheated on by someone, and it's because, bro, you weren't with the right person to even begin with. So men do a bad job because they cheat, but then women do a bad job because they place expectations on someone that person could never live up to. Yeah. And I'm justifying cheating, and that sounds terrible. And I know that I could sound like a bad person, but that's my goal is to just be relatable, because there's a lot of people that have cheated and have completely demonized themselves about it and have never recovered. And as someone that can actually say I've cheated on someone and it was wrong, it was. I could see that it's more than black and white. There's more going on.
There's a gray area there for sure.
Now, with the bad person thing, I don't think you doing one thing in your life, whatever it may be, cheating, doing something terrible. There's a few things.
Yeah.
Murder, rape, molesting, all that stuff. You're a bad person.
You're a bad person.
Yeah.
I don't care if you've changed in the past, whatever.
Yeah.
You're a bad person,
Yeah.
right? But if we're talking about stuff like this of just hurting people's feelings, right?
Yes.
Like doing something to them. I don't think one specific act can make you a bad person. But what it can do is make you a villain in someone's life.
For sure.
It can make that person may always look at you as a bad person. And you may never be able to fix that or change the way that they look at you. And you have to be willing to accept that because you were the one that did the thing to make them view you that way. And you have to live with that. You have to know, like, I know internally I'm not a bad person, but I was a bad person to this individual. And they have every right to look at me that way. And if they were ever to forgive me, that's on you.
Yeah.
But I can never try to make you change your mind on how you view me because I was in the wrong. If you can sit there and understand and take responsibility for your actions and be okay with how that person looks at you now, that's all you can do. That's how you can have a clean conscience. That's how you can, like, you have to respect their decision. They have every right to feel that way. It doesn't make you a bad person. You might be a bad person to them, but you're a great person to 99 other people. That's like when you do 99 good things and you do one thing wrong, everyone harps on that, but it's like, yo, you forgot about all the fucking good I did in my life. Right. So there's a lot of ways that you can view that, but you can't try to change that. No. You know, you can't try to change the way that they look at that. No. And then this is what I wanted to ask you guys. So I think I said it on, it might have been episode 76, 77, 40 episodes, 50 episodes ago. And I was talking about the one girl that I broke her heart, right? Would you guys rather break someone else's heart or have someone break your heart? Because I would always want someone to break my heart because I always know I'll be okay. Yeah. No matter how much you hurt me, I always know that I'll find a way to be okay and I'll dig myself out of this hole. Yeah. But I don't know if everyone that I'm with can be able to handle that. So I would rather take the pain than put that pain on you. Than be in a position to scar you for the rest of your life and potentially ruin future relationships that could have made you happy. Yeah. I don't want to do that to you. So I would always, if I had to choose heartbreak or heartbroken, I'd rather feel the heartbreak. I'll take all the pain, and then I'll find a way to figure it out. Yeah. But not everyone can be able to handle that, and that comes with like mental stability and perseverance and just having that mental fortitude to be able to overcome those really rough emotions. That like heartbreak sometimes is the worst thing that people go through. Yeah, ever. Outside of losing a loved one or losing a friend or whatever. Yeah. Heartbreak is up there in the top 5 of the worst pain you feel, 100%. Especially as a man. Yeah.
It's usually people's first worst pain.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean, what would you guys? I mean, I don't know. What would you guys rather feel? What would you rather feel?
I had to think about this like 2 years ago, because I've been on both sides of that spectrum.
Because I know everyone in here has been heartbroken. That's why I asked that question. Because if you've never been heartbroken, it's easy to say like, oh, like I'd rather break someone's heart.
And you wouldn't even know that type of pain.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I understand what you're saying with it. How bad it can actually get, to the point of some people don't even find their way home. Well, they find their way home, but they don't find their way back. Fucking here, you know? Yeah.
Now, that pain that you felt, would you ever want to endure that pain on someone else, especially a female that you once loved?
No, I would rather be heartbroken myself than to ever have to go through breaking somebody's heart again. Because, you know, bro, I just read it today. It's like loving somebody that doesn't love you back is like being homesick and knowing that you're never going home again. Like, imagine that. You know what I'm saying? And it's I know how much it hurts. And I know that I'm not the strongest person. I know that I could be a big baby when I get emotional. And when I feel something, I feel something. And when I don't feel it, I don't feel it. And when I don't feel it, it's probably never ever going to get to the point where it's going to hurt either person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But very rarely do I let people like that into my life regardless. It's always on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's always on some real shit. And I would never want to, ever want to be the person that's breaking somebody else's heart. Just because, like you said, we know what it's like to be heartbroken. And when you're a good person, right, inside of you, you know that you don't ever want to make somebody that you love or once had love for feel some shit like that. Because it's really like it's when you're an empath, like when you really feel for people more so than you feel for yourself. I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm just saying what it is for me. The short answer to that is that I'd rather be the one that's getting heartbroken. And I guess it's also because we're creatives and I draw from that eventually at some point. I don't draw from it right away. It deters me off my road for a little while. I've always found my way home, knock on wood, eventually. It's taken sometimes it's taken longer than others. Do I think that there's some heartbreaks out there, like you said, that some people don't find their way home? Yeah, and I never want to be that car that veered somebody off their road and now they're on this separate road forever. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I've been through heartbreaks before where I really, really didn't think I was getting through this one. I really didn't think that I would ever feel again. I really didn't think that I would ever love again. I really didn't think that I would get into a relationship again. Like seeing my parents go through a divorce, and at the same time, you know, me and the girl that I was with, my first girlfriend, breaking up at the same time. Like seeing those two things happen at the same fucking time and having them happen to you at the same fucking time, I never thought that I would ever feel for somebody again. I always said my heart's closed now, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to force that. I don't ever want to put that onto somebody else. Now that's a slippery slope because you need to be able to not put it yourself in those positions because like you said, you're with somebody that you don't care about right now. So at the end of the day, you're going to be the villain.
I care about
no, you care
heavily,
but you know what I'm saying? That you don't love her. There's a difference, yes. And it's just like I don't ever want to be that person, but you also need to figure out how not to get that far into it so that you don't become that person. Because also at the end of the day, you do need to take care of yourself. So like, there's that fine line there, but again, the short answer to that is that I'd rather be the one that's heartbroken than the one to do the heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And to go, I want to go into the taking care of yourself point because there's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
One thing before I even get there, bro, you're right. You're right. You said before about because I went on this big spiel about being a good person. You were like, and you're like, bro, you could be a good person to 99 people and a bad person to one, and like, yo, you still are a bad person to them. And like, bro, the only people that have ever viewed me as a villain in their life or whatever, bro, it was just because it was because I started out as like the overly good guy.
Yeah.
Like I was too good because I fear hurting people. And I wish people can read my mind sometimes when I say yes to them because I don't actually mean it. And I have a very tough time saying no. And anytime I ever hurt someone in my life, bro, it's because I didn't even agree to doing this thing in the first place, but I said yes because I'm weak. And it's really unfortunate, bro, because there's been a lot of people that I've hurt in my life that I've actually loved, bro. I've lost friendships. I'm talking best friends, people in my family, because I had the best intentions, but I couldn't deliver on what that person wanted because it wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, bro, I'm always going to do what's good for me.
Yeah.
And that's what you said before about as I understood the hesitancy when you asked, would you rather be heartbroken or break someone's heart? Because I know you, bro.
Yeah.
And I know at the end of the day, as a man, you almost have to say, I'd rather be hurt than hurt someone else. But let's call it what it is, female, male. When someone's dealing mentally, I don't give a shit if they're 6'5", covered in tattoos and 300 pounds. I care, bro, that bro, mental pain isn't woman or man. I get it. Women can be a lot more emotional than man, but I'm a man that has dealt. And majority of men commit suicide more than women. Yeah. So I'm just going to go out and be honest that it's very hard to be a man and to feel like you have to carry this tough guy persona all the time. And when you're dealing with a question like that, I saw it on you, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
I saw it on you of like, I will take your pain, but I hope I can make it through. I hope I can make it through. There's no guarantee.
No, it's not.
That I'm going to make it through. I would like to believe that there's I would like to believe, at least for me, that I have built up that resiliency. But man, it's just, that's a stigma with men, bro, and mental health. It's the biggest stigma with men and mental health is I'll always be okay.
Yeah.
When really it's like, yo, I like most men can't even speak to anyone. There's not a person on this earth, man, woman, or God, that cannot speak to someone and be okay.
Yeah.
There's no way to be okay if you can't get it out. And that's why, bro, I'm fucking glad I got you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm glad you joined the team.
Yeah,
and
thank
I'm
you for
glad
having
you
me.
guys have, you know what I'm saying? We've come together on this emergency podcast. And because, bro, like what you said before,
No, you needed this.
I've never been to a therapist because, and I would go to a therapist. I have no problem going to a therapist, but I get it out because I have so much close homies, and I've always had close homies that I can get it out to. Now the numbers have dwindled over the years.
Yeah.
But
and they'll get smaller.
But it's, I was almost even like, I was fucking around. I was like, bro, you need to have a homie on standby for the don't call your friend fucking don't call your ex hotline. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have a homie to call when you're thinking about doing something stupid.
They'll snap you at the fucking, yo, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. And that's the hardest thing to do.
But
too,
but way more important than that, you need to have a homie to call when you're like, I mean, I think I've told you sometimes, I'm like, bro, I need to lean on you, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta lean on you. Because if I leaned on me, I'm not even anywhere to be found right now. My ego and my personality, I'm so hurt, bro, and there's so much pain around what I'm doing that I just need to know that there's someone in my life, and I hope I never get there, but there's someone in my life that when things get as tough as they can, they will be there for me more than I can be there for myself. Fuck, this is a good podcast.
And not everybody, not everybody has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's hard. Yeah, a lot of guys are lacking that, and like I saw a statistic that a lot of guys are don't even have friends anymore. Like there was a statistic of like the amount of percentage of men going out and having that, and they were saying that the men that do have guys are typically like happier, are typically more successful. There was just all these, you know, metrics that geared towards the men that have guys and spend that time and had more successful relationships that had a night out with the boys. Yeah. You know, had the times with the boys. 'Cause like I feel like a lot of women have a misconception of like when the guys are hanging out. Yeah. When the guys are hanging out, bro, it's a lot of this. Oh yeah. It's you know, there's this. Like a misconception on the internet that like when the guys are out, when you're with the boys, it's we're at the strip club, we're with the girls, we're trying to plot and sure, is there times that guys do that?
Of course.
Sure. Yeah. But majority of the time, it's a therapy session. It's where the guy actually goes and tries to talk about what he's going through with his guys because he knows that they're not going to judge him. Yeah. And when a guy can talk to his brothers and know that whatever I say right now, you're not going to judge me and you're going to tell me what I need to hear, that's all I need in this moment. Yep. I don't need judgment. I don't need you to yell at me. I don't need someone. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I don't need a dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't need any of that. I just need to be able to voice what I'm feeling in this moment. Yes. I need to have a drink. I need to have the game on. I need to have some wings. Yeah. And like this is the healthiest thing for my mental health right now. 100%. Not a therapist, not a book, not meditation. Sometimes it's just going out with the guys and just shutting off from the world 100%. Because that can bring you back down to earth. And then once you're brought back down to earth, now you can go into the rest of your life with like a clear head because you let it out. Yeah. Because sometimes when you try to let shit out with your girl, it leads to confrontation and it leads to toxic behavior and it leads to an argument. And now what does that do? It just adds more fuel to the fire. And now you're already adding to what you're going through. Yeah. So now you feel like, all right, I can't even talk to you anymore. Yeah. And now that it ruins the relationship. Because now every time you're feeling something, you're hesitating. You're walking on eggshells whether you should talk to the girl about how you're feeling. Yeah. Whether it has to do with you in your personal life or you in the relationship. Because now if you go to her with what you're going on mentally that you're dealing and she can't be there for you, now you're like, I can't talk to you about this. And now you may subconsciously be like, now she's judging me. Now she's viewing me as a weak man. How can she trust me and believe in me to be the foundation, to be the provider of the relationship and hold the manly standard if he can't even be there for himself? Because that's the standard that a lot of women have. Because they just want to sometimes just lean on the man.
Yeah.
And you just guide me. I'm going to follow you. Yeah. And I believe in that. But there's sometimes, as men, we don't know where the fuck we're going. There's sometimes that we're lost too. And I need to lean on you. And if you can't be there for me, I'm not there for myself. Who the fuck am I going to lean on? The only people I'm going to lean on is my boys. Because no matter what I'm going through, they're never going to judge me. They're going to be there for me through thick and thin. Yeah. Whether I fucked up, whether I didn't fuck up, whether I'm hurting, whether I'm happy. My boys will always be there for me. So people need to understand, and women need to understand in relationships, let your boyfriend, let your husband be with the guys. Because that's going to make him a better man for you in the relationship. And that's a stigma that society has created that, oh, you just need to be with your girl all the time. No, there needs to be balance. Yeah. There needs to be a healthy balance because your guys will always be there for you. The solid ones.
100%. And I've always been that person to a lot of my friends. Like, even guys that don't speak publicly in, like, a group, whether that they're going through some shit, but, like, hit me on the side or, yo, I need advice on this. Like, I've always been that guy. So, you're 100% right. And I think if more women understood that, their relationships would be, with their man, would be a lot healthier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy's night, like, once or twice a week, just letting him rock out and separate and just, you know, be a guy, you'd be in a much... and of course, there's a fine line there, but you'd be in a much healthier position from a relationship standpoint if you would have just kind of let your man, you know, do his thing as far as hang out with his friends or when he's going through something, let him talk to you. And the right woman will. Yeah. The right woman will, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
it's like, bro, know your guy, know your guy's friends. Yeah, like, there's a lot of metrics that come into it. Like, I'm okay with having my girl have a girls' night out if I trust her. Yeah, and I know your friends have the wrong intentions and aren't going to spew bullshit into your mind. It comes into it, bro.
It's because their friends could be jealous that you're happy. And now we're going to go out and get drunk and we're going to go do some shit that you would probably never normally do, or I'm going to try to get you to do some shit that you would never normally do.
Or they're taking, or or sometimes girls' friends feel like you as the guy are taking their friend away from them. Yeah. So now, if they're all single, they may try to be like, you don't need him. What is he really doing for you, right? You have a few drinks. Now you start thinking, push comes to shove. Next thing you know, you just fucked up the whole relationship. Yeah. Because your friends are single and they're lonely and they see you happy. And sometimes your friends don't have the best intentions for you. You and I spoke about that. The guys will always be the guys. Yeah. You look as we get older into our 25s to 30s to 35s, how many women actually have friends? They might have that one
real friends.
They might have that one girl, like their best friend, but how many of them have real friends? Not many women have that many friends because women are very emotional. They're very easy to trigger, right? And they get pissed off easily and things bother them, right? Yeah. And girls act funny. Girls are spiteful, especially to each other. Yeah. So when you got a bunch of single friends that aren't happy, haven't had happy relationships, they see you in a happy relationship, you're taking one of their girls away from them. They might start whispering in your ear, telling you shit that probably isn't true. Well, and if you're not a strong woman and you're not happy in your, with yourself, you have a few drinks in you.
Happy with yourself.
You can make a mistake. Yeah. And yes, a mistake is okay, but there's sometimes that a mistake is unrecoverable from. And that's where it's a slippery slope. So everything, it depends on the situation. There's no specific answer to this, right? But that is a scenario that happens a lot of the times. And for people to say that it doesn't, you're lying. Yeah, because I know it's happened to you or your friends or someone. We all know someone that it's happened to, or it happened to us, where it happens. It happened to me. Yeah. I truthfully believe it happened to me. That's why my relationship ended. Yeah. That's
her friends?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Really?
1,000,000%.
Which one?
Her mother told me that.
Her mother? Oh, God.
Nikki.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like what, like you know the friend, that would have been in her ear.
And I don't even really know her. It was a new friend,
Oh God.
and that's why.
That's her not being happy with herself, though. At the end of the day, like just
And
not
that's
being
what it was.
secure.
And that's
You know
what I
I'm
really
saying?
think it was. And it was a
Let's
mix.
trust this new friend versus this guy that's like done everything for me.
And it's even like they'll whisper to their friends like, you don't need him, you could you're independent and you don't need a man for this or you don't need a man for that. But it'd be the same friends that are with their man because he's rich and that's all he does is provide the fucking materialistic shit and not like the emotional side to shit. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And bro,
No,
bro, dating culture and relationships are fucked up nowadays because the worst thing that you could do is make a man feel unappreciated. Because the moment you make a man feel unappreciated, bro, he is going to show you what it's like to be unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Dating
Yeah, bro.
is,
Like, when you do shit for a woman, for your partner, and she makes you feel appreciated, like, it makes you want to do more of that.
Yeah.
And because we are natural providers. We
Yeah.
want to be able to provide. We want to be able to make your life better.
Yeah.
If I have the means to make your life better, and I can continue to do so, and you appreciate it, you let me know that, like,
Yes.
yo, I see what you're doing.
yes.
I'm gonna continue to do that.
Yeah.
But like you said, the moment you make a man feel like what he's doing is not enough, or you're unappreciative of it, or you don't really accept it, or validate it, or you downplay it, I'll show you what it's
What
like
it's like to have nothing
to have.
out of me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
exactly.
you're about to see a different side.
Right.
To me, like, bro, I would be lying if I told you, like, and I don't know how this is going to go over, like, publicly, but, like, I don't want my wife to have to work one day, right? I want to be in a position where we're the leader, we're the man of the house. Like, I'm king of the world, you're king of the house. Like, take care of the kids, take care of the house, I'm paying the bills. That don't mean that I have this power over you. I'm just saying that hopefully I could be in a position where I get to take care of everything and you get to go and take care of the family. But you also need to be appreciated. Like, you need to be appreciative of everything. And I got to be appreciative of you because it's not easy to take care of kids and take care of the house. There's a slippery, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know a lot of men are like, nah, I want my wife to work. I want them to do, nah, I don't want my wife to work. If we ever get to the point where she wants to work or she has a business that she wants to put together or whatever the case may be, that's a different story. But I want to be the provider, but I also want to be appreciated for that at the end of the day. I'm not doing it for the appreciation. I'm doing it because I love you, and hopefully it's vice versa. But I just want to be that person to you because that's just who we all want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's hard. I mean, it's hard, and it's like,
It's all just about finding the right person, bro.
Such a fact, bro.
Yeah.
And that was one of the hardest parts, bro, about being in a relationship with someone I really wasn't that fired up about. Anytime I would see a beautiful girl, I would want to go up to them.
Yeah, see, that's a
Cause
that's a telltale sign of I'm not saying that you're never gonna be attracted to other women. You know, there's attractive people out there.
there would be,
but
there would be
there's a fine line
attraction
there.
because something is missing in my current situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
bro, it feels and that really is, bro, like the biggest lesson on this podcast, bro, and just moving forward, bro, you can't be with someone you're not fired up about.
Yeah.
You have to be fired up about that person, bro.
Like, you have to be engulfed by them. I said this on the last one, bro.
Yeah.
What's the difference between being in love and loving somebody or having love for them? You're just so engulfed into this situation. This person is the light of your life. She's the sun.
But how can you do that? Because I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And there's one girl in my life, bro, that I have that relationship with.
Yeah.
And because I'm so fucking, bro, because I love her with every single bit of my soul, I can't find a way to be with her if it's not toxic. So how can you be with someone you love that much and not make it toxic?
It's the answer to that. The answer to that also needs an answer because it's like, okay, balance. Okay, but where does that balance come from? And I equated this on the last part too, where I said I'm sure there's multi-billionaire CEOs that are so engulfed with their wife, but they also need to snap out of that and go about their day to day. Also, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It can't deter you off of your road. It can't. She has to be able to get in the car with you and not. It's hard to explain, bro. I remember you see it all the time. You see a lot of guys that are up there in like their 40s, 50s, 60s that are super super successful, and a lot of people ask them, hey, what's one of the keys to being super successful?
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta find one woman that you feel like that about, focus on her, and then focus on everything else. Instead of trying to chase and find and have sex with multiple women and think that that's where your power comes from and that's where your energy's coming from and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And I truly do believe that, bro. I've always been this monogamous person where I've always just wanted to be with one person, because once I have that locked down, then I can go and focus on everything else.
Okay. Good job.
Make sure I'm in focus.
You're in focus.
Okay.
All right, so now I have a question for you guys, because I think I have something concrete, bro.
I also had a question too. I'll go after.
Okay.
Go.
Whole topic. Set you guys up for a good clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone.
Fuck. Damn it. All right, well.
Go for it.
All right, here's my question.
time.
Here's my question to you guys.
What are we on right now?
Hour.
Oh, perfect.
So funny, like,
It's a
bro,
third of what we do.
we breeze
We
through
breeze
these
through this shit, bro.
motherfuckers
It's
now,
insane.
bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So I really can't wait for us to just like really get the fucking following.
Well,
bro.
I want to before you go into that, because I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to make this the fucking Journey Podcast Needs More Followers podcast, because we do that a lot. No, but like I want to say something real quick. No one's doing this, bro.
No.
There's not a pot. Yo, I can say that confidently, and I'm gonna get on my story. You're gonna see me because I'm posting stories. I'm gonna get on my story tonight, bro, and talk real shit, bro, about.
There's
the podcast
only
game.
one.
I'm gonna post who?
Is it called the Pivot? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the Pivot's good.
The Pivot's good.
Pivot's very good.
They do
The Pivot's
that.
very good, but they do athletes but they don't
They
even
do.
get
No,
into
the
it like
Pivot-
this.
They're very vulnerable though.
They
The
are
Pivot
very
is-
vulnerable.
Pivot is,
They
you're
are,
right,
and
you're
you're
right.
right.
The
Salute
Pivot
to
is
them.
up there.
The Pivot is up.
That
We're
is
not,
one
we're
of my
not here
favorite
like
pods.
to blow
Completely-
smoke up other pods, but salute to them.
No.
They do
The
do that.
I
Pivot
agree.
is the one that
But
like
I
they're
agree.
The only
vulnerable.
one, honestly.
I would've never
literally
thought
the
about
only
that
one.
too,
Yeah.
but I-
It does
Ryan,
kinda hit me
Fred,
after.
Channing,
Yes,
they will
because
talk
they
about
brought
their
Kevin
shit.
Gates on one time, and they really had a conversation.
No,
If
they're
you've never
great.
seen
Michael
it, bro.
Beasley. You ever seen Michael Beasley?
Craziest podcast
I showed him
ever.
Yeah.
Yo.
Ever.
Michael Beasley, like you know what I'm
Ever.
saying?
So
Like
salute to those
they just had
guys.
Mayweather on, bro. Mayweather cried on
Cried
that
on
pod.
it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Talking about
So
his
it's-
best friend who died.
So, you know.
I gotta watch more of the Pivot.
Always-
bro.
No,
always
the Pivot.
need-
Shout out to the Pivot, bro.
Always need
Yeah, huge
something
shout
to
out to
look
the
up,
Pivot.
not look up to, but just to take inspiration from. And now that I've been doing this more often with you guys, I take a lot of inspiration from them. But I do agree with you in the sense that we are one of the only ones in the top 0.00001% of pods out there that are talking about shit like this.
100%, 100,000%. But and now no flowers to take away from the Pivot. And I think that was a clip that we should post on Instagram, because I'm gonna post that
I'm gonna send
and
it to
then
them.
send
I
that
love
to
that.
them. 100%.
I love
So
it.
I agree with that. That's beautiful.
Get
But
Channing
nothing,
down when we go to Miami.
Nothing to take
Fred
away.
lives there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Channing and Fred.
That'd be a crazy episode.
Nothing to take away from the Pivot, bro. I'm in this life to act like, and they're doing this. I think the crossover is we need to lean into ourselves as people of service.
Yeah.
And I think that's a chapter of our life that we're going to enter, that's going to really separate us, where we're going to write books. We're going to have online communities, meetups, bro. Really, and getting back to people. And I'm not saying they don't get back. Of course they get back to people. I'm saying there will be a level of service, bro, in our lives that will separate this podcast. Because we spoke about it earlier. Majority of the people online that are offering something are fucking bullshitting people.
Yeah.
Whereas we're not. And we're afraid to charge $4 a month for something.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. That's how fucking traumatized we've been
Yeah.
from being in survival mode and sleeping on the floor and not having fucking shit to you. You know, people are charging $5,000 for a fucking penny, and we would charge $4 to change someone's life. And we can't even do that because we don't even, because we're so fucking, bro, we just come from a small town with parents that have had to struggle for every single thing that they've had. And anytime we've tried to learn about business or put ourselves in that field as people that have come from white collar backgrounds, we didn't have the upper edge and the advantage. So when we tried to make money, it didn't work because we didn't know, we didn't know how, we didn't think it was possible. But that's the difference with us, bro. We sit in my mom's fucking cottage, bro, to this day. And every single day it is monotonous and it is ugly and it is not fun and it is mediocre. And there's so much times where I want to fucking quit, bro. There's so much it's not quit. I will never quit this podcast, but there's a lot of times, bro, where I want to quit my fucking life, bro. Yeah. That's where it gets. I will never quit the things that I do, and thank God for the things that I do, because without my purpose in my life, I would not fucking be here. And
I agree.
And I wasn't supposed to go into all that because it wasn't supposed to be about how the Journey podcast is great, but god damn it is, bro. It is fucking exceptional. It is world class. I know art, bro. People that like art are people that care about quality. And this is high quality shit, bro. I'm going to get on my story after this in front of 155,000 people and say the Journey podcast is the best podcast in the world.
Period.
Number one. Because I fucking feel that shit, bro. And I'm so sick and tired. I've been playing the humble game too much. And being humble is not, it's good. It's good because there's people on the opposite side of the spectrum, people we know that are so arrogant to a fault because they're not actually those guys. But bro, every once in a while when you're that guy, you need to check a motherfucker and let someone know you can't fuck with me. Because we actually are those guys.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's been my biggest fault recently. I used to be really good at that. Of like, yo, I came from nothing and look at me now. I haven't done that lately. Because I got too hung up on humility and God. What does God want? And how can my message impact more people, bro? Your message will impact more people if you're just authentic. And you know what's authentic to us? Struggle. So when I fucking succeed because I had to eat shit for 10 years, I'm gonna talk my fucking shit about it. Because I need to let people know that this is not easy. Because somebody will sell you something for $5,000 and tell you that it's easy, and it's not. It's not. It's not easy, bro.
I love that. That was great. I felt that.
No, and I mean, bro, it's real shit.
No, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's as true as it could get, and those people, you know, the people that like I know you're speaking to and you're talking about and stuff like that, like they'll never be able to do this because a lot of people have to like keep up with an image, right? And they have to keep up with a persona, and they have to keep up with this and that.
Fuck that.
And it's whack.
It's whack.
But I think the only thing, there's one key indicator that separates us from the rest. What is it?
Authenticity?
Bro.
No. That like that they have that we don't.
Money.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yes.
If we had money, people would take us a lot more serious.
Yeah.
There would be a lot more guests coming on. There would be a lot more this, a lot more that. That's the only thing. Yeah. And the only reason we stay humble is because we don't have money. So when we step into a room, when we step into a room with people that have money, they have their big boy pants on and we got our pants rolled up because you know that this person makes a shit lot more money than me.
Yeah.
But
he can never be me though.
Can never fuck with us.
Never.
You know, like you can never do what I do.
Never.
And at the core of it, like I know what you do.
Yeah.
Like I know that like the shit you're doing,
not sustainable.
It may be sustainable with today's society because the way the internet money is, but I know deep down like you're not that fucking guy. You're living up to an image that it's not you.
And that's why it's not
and
sustainable.
You're fooling people because society and the majority of people are fucking weak. You're targeting an audience that fucking is not happy with themselves. They got a little bit of money and they believed in some fucking fraud. And they're going to live and die with you and they're going to make you rich and they're going to struggle. And you might make 1% of those people successful, but the majority of them are going to stay in the same position and they're going to go back because they used their last fucking dollar to pay you. And you're going to keep living this fucking fake persona, this fake image on the internet because you never got to fucking sit face to face with another guy. And when you got to sit face to face with another guy who's real He'll put you in your place.
Oh yeah.
But you will never post that on the internet.
Yeah.
And if you and if it ever got leaked, if it ever got put out there, you'd create some type of story, some type of thing to save yourself.
Yeah.
And that's our competition. It's a lot of frauds. It's a lot of bullshit on the internet.
It's fucking PR, bro.
But that's
Yeah.
why I say it's
People
not
got
sustainable.
fucking-
Bro, when I say sustainable, I mean forever.
Yeah.
I'm in this forever, infinity symbol. Right. I'm not in this shit to sustain for 10 years, bro. I've been doing At War for 10 years, bro. You know how many brands I've seen come and go? You know what I'm saying? When I say sustainable, I mean foundational. I'm talking generational, grandkids' grandkids type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say,
yeah.
You know, because when you're, bro, I had a little non-humble moment last night on my couch. Hadn't left the crib in a couple days, and I posted on my story. I said, I don't know where this came from, honestly, but I posted on my story. I was like, the people that you look up to, we don't even look at twice. Okay, I've been in rooms with people that you would look up to that I don't even look at fucking twice because I know the real version of these people that you only see the facade that they put out. Okay, so we don't even look at the people that you guys fucking look up to. Please, bro. And that's what I mean when I say that this shit is not fucking sustainable.
I'm getting on my story right now, bro. I'm getting my phone. I swear to God.
It's
Cousin Z had a question.
Yeah, before we get into that, I'm getting on
It's
my story.
it's by your cup on the left side.
I gotta post something real quick, bro, cause I overthink it, and yo, there's like I get it, bro. Like arrogancy sucks, bro. But when it's true, it's fucking valid. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
What are you about to post?
Just give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my question really it was more to do with the relationship shit. I mean, we can get back to that.
Yeah.
No, we should go.
Yeah.
Because nothing what we spoke about was viral just now. Not one single thing.
No.
But it
we're
was
just talking
beautiful to
shit.
fuck. It was
Yeah,
beautiful
we're
to
just
say. You know what I'm saying?
some talking.
Yeah.
But I want to get back into that
Yeah.
intermission real quick.
Yeah.
You're at 40. What percentage am I at? Can you see?
41.
You're at 28. We're at an hour 13. You're usually what, at hour 30? Hour 30, your card cuts off, or you put it on the other mode?
Hour 30. No, that's on the other mode.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So we got time.
We got time.
I'll put this out there real quick.
Yeah, I had a. I just had a question to set everyone up for a good
Nice little clip.
bottle clip,
All right.
little minute.
The Journey podcast is the best podcast to exist ever. Ever. Caps. I've been as humble as
Pie.
I've been humble to a fault lately, and I fucking love you guys, but I gotta say something. You don't need anyone else to believe in you for what you're doing to be great. Greatness is greatness, and eventually people will catch on. I've been great my entire life. Fuck me, I don't like the I word. Oh, bro, it deleted itself, bro.
The universe telling you to wait, maybe, Pop.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I gotta take that as a sign. It deleted itself. That sucks, though. I really wanted to post that.
You could post it. Post it tomorrow. I'm do a selfie video talking shit.
It's a good idea.
Algorithm loves the face. You know that.
It's a good fucking idea. Let's get rid of this.
Let's get into it.
All right. Now we're gonna get right into it. Just got one thing, real quick, and then we're gonna get right down into it, right down into the good stuff. Wow. Boys, we just hit on the school, and I want to document this moment because, bro, if I don't pursue this, I'm putting a bullet in my head.
What?
I have a few conditions about things, just so you know. I take when I say that sentence, bro, I'm gonna put a bullet on my head, bro. I take things seriously. Because, bro, because there's a lot of things, bro. I'm at the end of my fucking road, bro.
I feel you.
I'm at the end of my road, bro.
My road.
You will see her again. Get these videos done. Focus on you. Love you, buddy.
When I cheated,
Love
just,
you,
know,
buddy.
after.
Focus on you.
Oh, this is you talking to yourself?
I'm playing the end.
Fucking
Andrew Huberman
Monday,
on
bro.
Monday.
If you don't do that shit on Monday, we're ending it. If we get Monday, Andrew Huberman, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I fucking love you. I love you, bro. Monday.
Focus on you. Anyway, I'm saying, bro, I've been saying that. Bro. There's been creeds in my life. Now, I did Andrew Huberman shit today. I did. I didn't do it to the best of my abilities, but I did it at least. So I don't have to put a fucking bullet on my head. But I will say this, bro, and I have a few things out there with that, like, that level. I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a light fucking thing.
No, it's not.
Because I know that I know that if I say that, I'm gonna do whatever it is that that needs to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm just happy, bro. I'm just in a good zone, bro. I feel I'm happy. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's get into it.
Let's rock.
We're gonna go back?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, to relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna have everyone tell their story when they first got their heart broken.
Yeah, first time.
First time.
Well, first one that you really felt like I'm not talking about a 14-year-old heartbreak. I'm talking about like when it was a legit relationship. You saw a future with the girl. Talk about the heartbreak, and talk about how you felt, and paint the picture.
I've said the story on here.
Have you?
Yeah, my that first well, I mean, I guess we didn't really like get into how it made me feel. It was just a notch in the belt of the story that I was telling. But I met somebody when I was 18 years old. I was with her till I was 21. That was my first real relationship. You know, meet the parents, you know, family parties and yada yada. It was also around the time that I stopped boxing. So I met somebody, stopped boxing, blew my knee out, never snapped back into it. And so she met me as a fighter, you know what I mean? And it was also around the time that I started at war. So and around the same time, my parents got divorced. So you had all four of these things happening within like a 3-year span. And, you know, it had got to a point I was delivering food for a fucking pizzeria. And my dad could have got me in the union, and I said no to it. And within a week, my girl that I was with for almost 3 years at the time, you know, decided to say that this shit wasn't working out. It blindsided me. We were just talking about moving to California together a couple weeks prior to that. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, I was in the darkest place that I had ever been in my life. We just got hit with a blizzard. It was Valentine's Day weekend. We just got hit with a blizzard. I'm living with my father. His girlfriend was living in the house. She had just moved in a month prior to that. 6 months prior to that, my parents had just got divorced. And it was the lowest that I had ever been, bro. And I honestly did not think that I was going to make it through that shit, bro. I did not think that I was going to make it through that shit. And it was one of those breakups where, and I feel like this is with a lot of breakups, it was one of those breakups where it wasn't, okay, we broke up and like we never see or speak to each other again. There's always this, like, I'm trying to get you back, or she realized that maybe I didn't want to do that. And for like a year, it was on and off. And it was the hardest. It was one of the hardest fucking times of my life. You know, feeling unworthy. This person doesn't believe in my dreams. That means this person doesn't believe in me. I'm nothing. I have nothing. I'm 21 years old. I don't have a degree. I didn't graduate college. I'm delivering pizza. I got a bullshit job. I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when you're with somebody that you see, the rest of your life with, even if you're that young, you don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? You really just start to just feel worthless, bro. And it's hard to. It's not hard for me to say that because we're vulnerable and transparent here, but it's hard to be able to snap out of getting validation from other people like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of finding that shit. But when somebody leaves you cold turkey like that, dude, and you've been together, it's not like you were together for 6 months or a year. So it's with somebody for 3 years, traveling a lot together and just doing a bunch of shit together and sleeping over each other's houses every day. It's like you also lose like your best friend at the end of the day. A real relationship is the person is also your best friend. It's mano y mano. It's best friend and relationship at the same time. You know what I mean? And I felt it on both ends of the spectrum. And yeah, bro, that was when I first had my first suicidal thoughts, and that's when I didn't want to be here no more, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, and my friends can see it in me. I wasn't the same fucking person, bro, and it was just a really tough time. But then, bro, one day, it was just like this, and not that like it took a really long time. It took I
understand.
It took like 18 months to get to that day. But I remember it was Thanksgiving Eve. I don't remember the year. And she calls me, wasted. We were on and off. And she calls me. And she's wasted outside of a bar or a club in the city. And she doesn't know how she's going to get home. And I'm that type of person. I'm going to come pick you up, right? Bro, she's like, nah, I'm good. Wasted. There's this limo out here. I'm just going to get in this limo, right? And she gets in this limo. They just so happen to be going back to Brooklyn, right? And I'm just like, wow, bro, this girl is really just like, I can't do this shit no more. And she gets in this limo with these random 6 guys, and they wind up taking her to this gas station on Coney Island Avenue in Brooklyn in my neighborhood. And I get there, and you could just tell they're looking at me. They're like, yo, good luck, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit. It was in this moment where I realized, like, yo, I'm never doing this shit again. Like, this shit is over. I'm never letting this bitch do this shit to me again. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, this girl was just wasted outside of a bar, got in our limo, and sat in the corner wasted and, like, talked to herself for a half hour before. Luckily, we're not asshole guys, and we took her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And I remember, bro, it was really, it takes some shit like that to really snap you out. I'm not saying that I was over it right away. I was still feeling some type of hurt, but like I was just over that hump eventually. And I remember, and to this day, it's why I have short hair. I had long hair during this time. Like, I had a man bun at one point, bro. You know what I'm saying? My shit was all slicked back, had short hair. I remember I went to the barber the next day, and I'm like, cut all this shit off. I'm cutting all this dead energy out of my life. Like, cut this shit off. And we shaved my head to like this. It looked a little different because it went from long to short, so it was like all spiky and shit. But I looked crazy, and my friends were like, "Oh shit!" And to this day, I never grew my hair out again. Never saw or spoke to that person again. True shit. And slowly but surely got over that hump, bro. And to anybody that's going through some shit like that, to hear like, oh, okay, one day it's just gonna fucking snap, and I just have to hope that that day comes. You know what I'm saying? You have to do the work for that shit to happen, but that shit happens because what's meant for you will always be for you and will always come to you. And but it was the roughest 18 months of my life, and it was probably the reason why I have a lot of the insecurity and abandonment issues that I still deal with to this day. 100% is the reason why. Having my parents get divorced and then having that person break my heart all at the same time really just dove this insecurity within me that I've never been able to shake, bro. I've never been able to shake. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that, I've been able to shake it. I haven't. When somebody leaves you like that, it leaves this hole inside of you, that's hard to fill. It's tough. Definitely really tough. And that's why I always say, not always, well, I have always said it, but never publicly, is that I'd rather be the one that does the heartbreaking than, I'd rather be the one that gets the heart broken than do the heartbreaking. Because I know what it felt like during those 18 months. I know what it felt like to want to fucking die over a person, over love. You know what I mean? And then you know what? I also look back on it. I don't think I ever loved that person, because I don't think that you ever fall out of love if you are in love. I might have had love for you. You were the first person I was ever with that made me feel something. But I truly, truly believe that if you're in love with somebody, bro, you never stop being in love with them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be with them forever. It just means that I'm going to always be, at least for me and how I feel. And in retrospect, it's bittersweet to have gone through that, but I'm glad that I did. And here we are. And that's why I appreciate relationships now, even though I still have, you know, those abandonment and that insecurity issues. Even with women that have never given me a reason to be insecure, you know, it bleeds out. It bleeds through sometimes, and it's hard, bro. It's really fucking hard. And it obviously bleeds out more with women that do give you reasons to be insecure, and then it makes that even worse, like compounds. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it even fucking worse because it's hard, bro. It's hard.
Good old relationship podcast, huh? That's why I had to call the boys in here, you know, speak about it. You know, it's funny, bro. You know, if you've ever actually truly
Yeah, lower your mic a little bit. I just don't want it to cover your face.
We'll get you good microphone.
Yeah, we're good.
Listen, if you've actually ever loved anybody in your life, you're not gonna stop loving them.
No.
You want to know why I know? Because I took out my ex the other night. I dated her 5 years ago. Bro, she couldn't mean shit to me. That woman, when she left me, bro, she was so up. She broke up with me. I was the one, like she was the drug, and I was the drug addict. I felt so horrible about myself when she broke up with me. And the amount of times I would text her trying to get her back, and she wouldn't answer. And the amount of times I'd call her trying to get her back, and she wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I went to her Instagram and saw her doing well, and I was in a bad place. And I was at a point after 5 years, I was gone emotionally. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see her to see something to do.
Yeah.
And emotionally, you know what happened? The moment I laid my eyes on her, I will fucking love you to the day I die. And if so much has transpired in those 5 years and I still love her to death, I will never stop loving her.
I agree.
I will always fucking love that woman, bro. And it's so tough because does your love evolve romantically? Am I in love with her non-romantically? No. If I could be with that woman, I would. I would be with her. But unfortunately for me, there's too much I'm not going to get into it, but I'm happy I can't be with that woman. But it just sucks because, bro, one of the saddest things in life, bro, is when you love someone to death and you can't be with them. It is, bro, and that's what's been eating away at me lately is there's a woman in my life that I love, bro, so much that I would love to marry. And there are reasons that I'm not going to say, but I cannot be with her. And you know, should you ever put yourself in that position? I was thinking about that. Should you ever actually hang out with an ex? You could take the approach that I took. That fuck it, why not? Life is a learning lesson. But here we are, you know, so.
Why'd you guys break up?
Bro.
That was like more so like my question. Like I wanted to like the day you got that text message, that call.
Yeah, like why?
Walk me through that.
Yeah, okay. I want to know why. Like.
Okay, all right, I'll walk you through that because I know you have a good situation with that we want to get to. It's very.
The laugh to yourself is
Nah,
always...
bro. The. What happened? Keep it going.
Yeah, you're just on 14. I'll plug it.
14 is probably fine. Nah.
Just to be safe. What am I at?
I mean, bro, we probably all have to cut it short. I mean, you probably have to give you're at 25.
Okay.
I say I'll rip this, then you rip
Yeah, that's
yours,
it.
and then we'll call
More
it.
rap, yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it. I'm fucking starting. Yeah, we'll call this. This is funny. You know, I've never told this story on the podcast.
Really? I was just thinking, we sat here for 90 minutes and you're talking about senior, but we don't know why you guys ever broke up or why it didn't work or whatever, you know?
I didn't even get to honor her with saying how much I loved her before the past 1 minute, because this was a woman in my life, bro. And I say, like, I saw an ex, bro. I didn't see an ex. I saw, like, the love of my life. And unfortunately, bro, you want to know the major reason why I'm not with her? She's just 10 years older than me. And guess what? It's too much because I'm not ready. I won't be ready for another 5. And maybe in another 5 it'll work out, but I don't think it will, bro. Because by then, there's things to do. There's things to do.
Yeah.
Now, jumping back into the moment, let me just... All right, so, with no ice in there? It was straight tequila. Ugh. That was disgusting,
Yeah,
Clooney.
it's a little different.
Oh, my God. That was ridiculous.
No, it's a little different without the ice.
All right, bro. Yo, so... all right, so I want to frame it like I'm trying to, like, come up with the hook, bro. Fuck the hook, bro. Yo, the one girl in my life that I love to death that broke my heart, here's the story. All right, so... I'm going to try to condense it as best as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with the girl that I should have never fallen in love with in the first place, because on paper it didn't make any sense, but that's the thing about love, it doesn't make any sense, bro. How many people are in love with someone that they probably don't even find that it's almost like you don't even find them that attractive. It's almost like, bro, the girl I was with, there was every reason on paper to not be in love with her, and for those reasons I loved her more than I can love anything else in this life, because she was mine. She was mine. I discovered her. I saw the potential in her, and her personality to me, it was like a lock. It was like a lock. I spent the best 5 months of my life with this woman until it wasn't. And there's something about duality in this life, bro, and polarities. And if something can be so good, it can be so bad. Believe that. It can be as bad as it can get, because it was as good as anything has ever gotten in my life, bro. The amount of passion. I'm not going to... Just the... It was beautiful. Now, I fought with her hard for months. I've never fought with anyone like this in my life. I didn't even think it was possible. But when you love someone so much, guess what happens? You have an idea of how that person needs to live their life. If they live their life in any way in which you don't agree with, you take it personal. It's such bullshit. It's not, it's love, but it's really more so your insecurities. It's your problem. It's you being immature and being stupid and not knowing better. And I didn't know better. And we fought every day for months, and we would make up, and we would have make-up sex, and it would be lovely, but there was no way I could have ever been with that girl. So when the time came, I was watching a UFC fight. No, this is what you're looking for. I was watching a UFC fight with her. And she said... What did she say? I don't remember what she said, but it was more along the lines of, I'm done and I'm gone forever.
It's like that.
Yeah, because, bro, like you said it, women premeditate things. People. Yeah. She knew she was done 2 months ago. She gave herself an emotional exit. Guess who didn't get that? Me.
The man never gets that.
The man never gets that.
Never.
So, she broke up with me. She was ready. So here I am, simping hard. I love you. Don't do this. Blah blah blah. I love you. Blah blah blah. Wait till the next day. Please don't do this. Blah blah blah. No answer. There wasn't another answer for fucking 3 weeks after that. Because she was gone. There was nothing that I could have said to her.
Yeah.
I wish someone was there for me. I wish there was another man there for me saying, dude, she's checked out.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do. She's gone. I drive to Miami because I can't take the pain. I'm hurting so bad, I send her a music video. Here it is. I'm disgusted with that version of myself because it's not me. It was a beautiful thing. I sent a woman a music video of me, of proclaiming my love to someone that didn't exist because the girl I was talking to was gone.
Yeah.
Her emotions were gone. Fast forward, you learn to deal with it. You know, you learn. The best part, bro, about someone being completely gone is that like the only person you have to lean on is yourself in that moment, because even when you lean on your friends, there's no clarity when you get your heart broken. There's no feeling good at all. That's the toughest thing about heartbreak. It's your reality.
Yeah.
The moment you wake up, if there's ever a good moment in your life, on the other side of that is, oh, the love of my life has left me. That's the hardest thing about heartbreak, bro. It's there all the time, and that's the most beautiful thing about heartbreak. Because the only way to get through it is to become more than what you already are. It's the only way to get through it, and that's what I did. And that's why we have this fucking podcast, and that's why things are on the up and fucking up, because I needed that woman to break my heart to show me what life is all about. And it is about love, but it's not a romantic love. Romantic love is important, but love in general. I fucking love you guys. I love what I do for a living. I love going to the gym. I love riding motorcycles 200 miles per hour. And I'm going to love a lot of fucking things in my life. And I will love my woman to death. And I will give her the best marriage that a guy can give a woman. But will that be the only thing I love in this lifetime? Absolutely fucking not. And that was my experience with heartbreak. So
Yeah.
Give me yours, baby.
Yeah. What are we at? Hour 40. Am I good on time?
Certainly.
Yeah.
An hour 40 like butter.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like I told you guys earlier, I mean, this was the girl, like I saw a picture of her,
Yeah.
and I said like I want to be with her. So I mean, I remember vividly the day that she broke my heart. I was at Chipotle with my best friend, and she didn't answer for about 8 hours. And I was like, yo, fuck it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be with her. 3 days prior, I told Jake I don't even want to be in a relationship. I get home. I'm by myself. I get a text message basically ending it. The moment I saw that text message, my heart dropped. And I go into survival mode of let me try to save this relationship because I really love this girl. And I have a college basketball game the next day in Manhattan, and I jump in the car and I call her. She answers, and we're talking, and I don't think she knows that I'm in the car, and I'm trying to figure out why she's feeling this way, why she's trying to end it, and I get onto the Throgs Neck Bridge, and I tell her, yo, I'm 30 minutes away. She lived in Jersey. I'm 30 minutes away, and she basically says, don't come. I don't think it's a good idea for you to come tonight. I don't want to see you. Text me when you get home. And at that moment, I hung up the phone, called Jake. I was crying as I was talking to him, And I got off the exit. I turned around. I went back the other way on the bridge. Went home. Went to sleep. Couldn't sleep that night. Probably slept about 2 hours. Got a college basketball game the next day. I wake up. And you know the moment that you wake up from feeling some type of trauma, it's the first thing that hits you because now you snap back to reality. And I get on the bus to go to my college basketball game. And we're there early, so we're sitting on the bus 45 minutes early. And I keep telling myself, don't text her, don't text her, don't text her. And I have no fucking self-control or no self-discipline, and I send her a text, simping. And now I get into fucking layup lines and workouts for a college basketball game, the sport that I fucking dedicated my life to, that I can't even focus on because a girl just broke my heart. And I send a text. I don't even put my fucking warm-up on. I sit there. I don't do any workouts, any warm-ups, nothing. I sit there with a blue T-shirt on. And I go back to the locker room 5-6 times during warm-ups, checking my phone to see if she answered my text message. My coach is in there writing on the whiteboard of the game plan of our fucking what we should do to win this game today. And I keep going and checking my phone, and I don't even have a fucking sweat on my body. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I just gotta check something. And internally, I can't even fucking think about basketball right now. The only thing I want to do is see a text message with her name on my fucking phone screen. And she never texted me. And I play the basketball game, and they're scouting me, and they're all in my face guarding me 94 feet the entire game, and a kid is fucking nose to nose with me, picking me up 94 feet, and I fucking headbutted him in his fucking face, and he fell to the floor, and they called a foul, and he got up, and he got in my face, and I said, "Yo, I'm not the one, not fucking today, not today, it's the wrong fucking day." Yeah. And I had a terrible game because I wasn't there mentally. We lost the game. I got changed, and I got out the locker room as fast as I could, and I got to the elevator to get to the bus. And the one kid on the team that we didn't really get along. We never did. He looked at me, and I had fucking tears in my eyes. And he's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And at that point, I mean, I had nothing left to fucking hide. I said, "Yo, my girl broke up with me." And he said, "What happened? You cheated?" I said, "Nah." He said, "What happened? She cheated?" I said, "Nah." Said she just, I guess she just outgrew me. I had no idea what was going to happen. And I sat in the elevator with me and him, the one kid. We fucking beefed every day in practice, about to fight. We didn't fucking like each other, but we always kind of respected each other. And I cried. Just me and him in that fucking elevator after a college basketball game, and I was sitting there with tears in my eyes. I said, I don't know why. And I mean, bro, the next 6 months after that was fucking terror. I sat in I did Uber and I did DoorDash every fucking day because I just wanted to be with someone. I wanted to get out of my room, that all the fucking memories were in my room of me and her. And I tried and I would have took her back, and she never fucking came back. And it was a blessing and a curse, and I look back now, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it was the first time in my life that I had to internally look within and understand that you're not the best fucking version of yourself, and you need to understand that you deserve better, you deserve more, not from a woman, but for yourself. And that was the first time I actually dove in, and I read books, and I meditated, and I fucking poured into myself. And guess what? My life started to fucking change. I started to see results for the first time in my life for something that I poured into, that I actually saw a way out. I actually saw a way to make it in this life. And it all stemmed from that heartbreak. So looking back, yeah, it was the worst thing. It was the worst thing I ever felt. It was the worst 6 months I ever felt. I couldn't sleep. I fucking woke up every morning. It was the first thing I thought about. I checked her social media every fucking day. I still was in communication with her family, and I haven't spoke to her in probably about a year. And I'm happy where I'm at today. I have no ill will. I have no bad intentions. I wish her nothing but the best. But that heartbreak certainly changed me. And it was the first time in my life, outside of losing my mom, that I felt worthless. I felt helpless. I couldn't leave the bed. I sat in the dark. I laid in my bed, and I couldn't fucking move. I was paralyzed. And that's why my answer, whether I would rather break someone's heart or feel heartbroken, I will always take that pain because I persevered, and I'm here today still going, and I would never want to endure that pain on someone else because I don't know if they'll be able to get through it. And that was it. And that shit really changed me, bro. It really did change me.
Oh,
for the better. For the better.
Yeah, it was the best thing that ever happened to you.
Absolutely.
I know it's hard to hear that, but it's the best thing that ever fucking happened to you, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Emergency pod, huh?
Dude.
It was a good one.
There is nothing like talking about women, bro.
No,
It
there
is
is
such
nothing.
a complexity. Like, I
Can't
don't
live
know
with
what
them,
that
can't
is.
live without them, brother.
Yeah.
Nah, I love that shit.
I
'Cause,
love
bro,
that
this
shit
is
too.
the real. You want to know my favorite moment of this podcast tonight?
What?
Like a moment where I saw intense greatness, bro. When you said why your hair is short. You want to know why I love that shit so much? Boy to boy to boy. Bro, because you didn't read that shit out of a fucking book, bro.
No. Nah, bro.
You didn't read that shit, bro. Like, and that's why I think what we do is so fucking beautiful, bro. Because, like, you have to take your actual life experience, man. And that's why I wanted to fucking do this podcast. And I know I was going to look like shit. I fucking picked up the phone with the girl.
Yeah.
I picked up the phone. And then talked about how I cheated with you guys. La-di-da. Well, it wasn't really la-di-da. But still.
Wasn't la-di-da.
Still, if it wasn't la-di-da. It's still fucking wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's amazing that you were able to talk about it and be
It's
vulnerable and transparent.
real.
Yeah.
I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're Brad Pitt. You can't do more justice to real life. You can't tell. Fuck the clips. Fuck the clips. I'm fucking tired of the clips, bro. You can't do justice to real life more than fucking real life itself. It's real. It's real. And that's why I fucking loved. I fucking, bro.
It's gonna make for a good plot one of your films one day.
Yeah, bro. I want to make a fucking film about myself, and that people may think that's narcissistic, but it's a real
it's not.
fucking story.
Yeah, no,
Why
it's
is
not.
Martin Scorsese so fucking amazing? Because he grew up in fucking Brooklyn as an Italian, and that was a story he told. Stop telling fucking stories that don't actually have to do anything with your life. It will never work. Never be anything that you're not. That is my greatest advice in life. If you are doing something that is inauthentic, it will never work ever. And that's it. And yeah, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. I'm hungry.
Love
and
you,
I
Pop.
don't want. You know what I'm saying? Well, fuck. That's it.
Yeah,
That's what it
I
is.
love you, Pop. This was
Very
a good
good
one.
one.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you guys for being here. See you guys on the next episode. Probably be in Miami. This could drop in Miami.
Bang.
Whatever it is.
We'll see.
Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, this helps some people. And
It's the major goal.
yeah,
To help.
that's why we're here.
Cheers.